If the field is too dangerous to use, I'll put a word too dangerous to use, the district could be liable if someone uses the field with the school district's blessing and hurts themselves.
One of the standards for safety and playability of a field is what we call a planarity test. It's a metal bar that's actually able to roll across a field that's 1 meter long. With that bar, we then look for undulations below that of 10 millimeters or greater. Given the current conditions of the portion of the field that we found some of these deficiencies, it wouldn't pass that test.
There was some use by the North Attleboro High School football team with regard to weights on the field. Our student athletes were charged with achieving an objective of strength and training. We're proud of the work that was done and the results that our student athletes achieved. It was all done with the best of intentions. So, the lessons we're learning are that our field is not designed to kind of absorb that kind of use.
The potential damage was caused in the summer. It was brought to our attention in September, October. Luke McCoy from Kessel Booze came out as soon as we found out there was damage. And at that point, as Luke mentioned, due to the timing of COVID and getting everyone together, it wasn't able to get repaired until now. So I want to make sure that everyone has the timeline there.
If the expert is saying it doesn't meet industry standard, and our attorney is telling us that, you've got some liability here, and I don't even think that you can, tell people, hey, use it at your own risk. I mean, you just have to shut the thing down. So I respect what the administration, had to do. I was reading that stuff online about how much it's going to cost, and it can be done in 6 hours and stuff like that. And I was reserving judgment until, I was able to hear from everybody.
I think that there's a lot of emotion because there's also a season that's happening right now that got completely canceled last year. So all the other seasons had partials, here and there, and now we're at this one season that's been canceled completely last year, and now they're about to hit it again, and they don't have a field to play on.
After everything is fixed and the field's back open, will there be any signage placed out there just to kind of notify the public of like the do's and don'ts of being on this field?
I'm so glad you asked that question. We had said a little bit talking tongue-in-cheek. He said, once this is over, you can bet that the entire concession stand will be one, hey, don't do these things on this field because we want to prevent any damage from happening. So the answer, long and short of that answer is yes. There's going to be different signage that's going on and additional trainings too that go on for all the people that use the field that are our own coaches. I think as soon as we find out about it, we're going to send out timelines to the community so people know that tomorrow the field is being opened up tomorrow to be looked at to see what's going on. Then once repairs are on tap, we'll let everyone know exactly when those repairs are on tap.
From my perspective, we're not doing enough to protect this investment. I mean, it's a huge public trust, and people can go up there and work out whenever they want. They can bring their own weights. I mean, I think we need to figure out some kind of way to make sure that we're watching what people are doing on this field. So one of the things I would like to see up there is just cameras so that we know who's up there, what they're doing, if they're behaving themselves.
And there's also a big sign that's riveted to the fencing that says, "Welcome to North Attleboro High School. Any group wishing to use the field must obtain a permit by contacting the main office. No glass, sharp objects, no sunflower seeds, no chewing gum, no pets, no golf, no bikes, rollerblades, strollers, no motorized vehicles on the field or track, no fireworks, no flammable liquids." Do you have to put that on the sign? It doesn't say anything about not bringing weights onto the field. And I say that kind of tongue-in-cheek because in the course of human life, are you going to ban kite flying? I mean, this is a community resource, right? I mean, people are going to use it. I think we want them to use it. That was the selling point in making this happen. So I guess my point is that we can have all the policies and all the protections that you want, but accidents happen.
And ultimately, I think all the public cares about is how quickly is this going to get fixed. So the timeline I heard was they'll go out tomorrow to inspect it. If the pad's not damaged, we're talking next week. If the pad is damaged, then there's some sourcing time in another couple weeks. I would just say, anything that can be done to expedite, I think that's what the community wants to know, is are we doing everything we can to get that field up and running?